right, what's good? What's happening with everybody today, man? Sitting here, we got another episode. Sitting here conversating with Pops. How you doing, Mr. Pop?
Doing good, doing real good.
All right, we got Salamander, who I call Salamander the Great, sitting here. How you doing, Salamander?
So I'm doing McMarvelous.
McMarvin. And I'm Mumbles, and I'm, what I'm saying, I'm doing good. You know what I mean? So let's we got a couple things we're gonna be discussing today. So, you know what I'm saying, gentlemen, we're just gonna hop straight into it. I know Salamander, man, I know you called me up the other day, man. You it's like what's going on with these celebrities, man? It's like got certain celebrities who's growing up focused on becoming a celebrity, living a focused life in that aspect, and then once they get there and get a little money about themselves, all of a sudden they done turn street and gangster, and you said you wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Prime example is a recent case that's been trending all over with the NBA player John Morant.
John Morant, okay,
You know, he brandished a gun on Instagram. He was spending a couple games during investigations, but he got found not guilty. But I mean, just for the simple fact, you know, that's what security's for. I mean, I'm not understanding, you know, why people wait till they get to that celebrity status to, you know, start showing, you know, acting a way that he wasn't acting before.
okay. Now,
But it's plenty of celebrities that do the same thing.
is part of it? I mean, is it really him doing stuff he wasn't doing before, or is it stuff that he just wasn't known for? I mean, now I understand he's in what, Memphis now. Is that where he's at, Memphis?
Yes.
So I know
Yep.
he in the thick of it because I mean we talked about Memphis a few weeks back. So I mean we're not blind to some of the things that's happening down that way and whatnot. So uh now so there's no record of him being like connected or gangster or anything like North Carolina, South Carolina, one of them Carolinas, Virginia, something like that.
Yeah, I think South Carolina. For I think he you know, they go up in the suburbs and stuff. That place in my pro basketball and everything. So he came from like a good middle class, probably that upper middle class family and everything. So I'm just like, there's no record of him being like that. But there's also no judge
Well, now
was like that before. Just kept it on
my
wraps.
my thing is that whole thing that the only Negroes out there with street cred or Negroes who grew up with having a crack mama and shit like that. That shit's false. You know that's I know plenty of niggas in the hood who are deep into their lifestyles or whatever, and they but growing up they had a mama and daddy at home. You know what I mean? Or they had at least a mama who gave a real fuck. You know what I mean? And or a grandmama or something that tried to keep them out the streets, but they still in their most of it happens in their childhood. 12, 13, 14, man, some bad years. Some serious years. But anyway, that they go ahead and they make decisions because of the friends that they're with. So they go in they dibble and dabble into that lifestyle. Now some get pulled right back out, by their loved ones, their parents, or whatever. Some don't. Now he made it to the NBA, so he obviously kept some type of separation there, because like matter of fact, I know I got it because I had a feeling you was gonna bring. I think either you said it or well anyway. Yeah, he's from Dalzell, South Carolina. All right, which is a suburb of a place down there. It's the Sumter metro area. So really, we're looking at a combined population of about 40,000 people, 45,000 people. So how much thugging or whatever that you expect him to really be involved in? I mean, at those, I understand what you're saying, what you might be saying, but I mean, that don't mean he wasn't out there stealing cars and shit like that.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't doing none of that. But even outside of that though, Mumble, you gotta look at it like this, Salamander. Okay, one example. Every hustler I knew tried to use his hustle to try to portray a straight life. Think about it. Your old school gangsters, your old school, you know what I'm saying, hustlers, you know what I'm saying, all them, all the big ones. Some here around here in Dayton, like Mark, you know what I'm saying? They was hustling, but they was trying to portray a straight life. So the question is, why do we got people who's already living a straight life trying to portray something that the people who are already at that level are even trying to move away from? You know? So, it does more or less become this is our culture. And that's what's more scary than trying to focus on the fact of what he's doing. It's the fact of why is this considered who we are? And that's more.
I want to throw something in real quick on what you said, because I don't remember which rapper it was. It might even been a comedian, but it was somebody was on TV in the last few days, or last couple weeks, and they were talking about sort of around this subject. But I mean, you got. I think that he was like, you got rappers who are striving to have the basketball lifestyle, the basketball stars lifestyle, and then you got these basketball players who all of a sudden get famous and they want the rapper's lifestyle, and you know what I'm saying. But it's something
that
of a mix there, because
that is key. What you said, the rapper's lifestyle.
Yeah, because the rapper sitting there like, I'm up here living and talking this thug shit and this and that, and got this and looking over my shoulders all the time, and I want to just make my money and be like a basketball star where I'm known and recognized for my money. I ain't got to sit here and put in all this work on the streets to back what I'm saying and this
right.
And so whereas you got the basketball player who's living that clean life, making their money, being seen all over the place, ain't got to touch a street. Ain't gotta think about a stick or a pole or whatever anybody want to call it. Now they want to be the top thugs out there. So when basketball players start getting dropped like these rappers, I don't want niggas to start acting shocked.
Well, see, there's only one. There's one big difference though. There's one big difference though. The basketball players are nothing but fucking employees. They can get fired. You know what I mean?
Rappers are too, for the most part.
Rappers are too, for the most part, but basketball players, straight contracted employees. They can get their asses fired. That's why they got rules they got to follow.
I ain't talking about the fight. I mean, look, I understand what you mean as far as like they have certain rules and stuff and that they're gonna have to hold up to. But look, everything has a beginning, and look, some might compare back in the day with like Allen Iverson. He used to kind of portray a bad boy image and stuff. You know what I mean? But I don't remember it really getting as much as like some of the stuff I've seen here, and I know social media is a mug. So some of the stuff I've seen with this John Morant dude, I'm like, okay, yeah, dude, really think he out there like connected and like thugging and everything. Which look, he got money, so he got a few thugs around him. And hold on, let me say this real quick. Y'all remember the little white boy that they, or a little Mexican white boy that they turned into like the world's biggest blood or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Dude with on the number 6'9", tuss, whatever. I don't know these cats' names.
Yeah, 6'9".
I know who I'm talking about. He got like rainbows and shit, pink and yeah. Okay, so don't get me wrong. You start making the money and stuff, and you want to put yourself in a situation out there in the streets with them real thugs. Oh, they'll accept you in to a certain extent. You know, they'll let you, you know, because they'll get access to your resources and their funds. You know what I mean? But that don't never really make you one of nigga. Listen, the only way you really plugged in for real, man, you know you was within something while you was still a child. You know what I mean? These niggas that be waiting until they 30, 40 years old and all of a sudden they plugged into shit and this and that. I don't take that shit serious.
Well, that is, like I said, that's considered the new norm. I mean, they for some reason, you know what I'm saying, the fast life is an attraction to any culture. Every culture has their version of the fast life. That's what it used to be called, the fast life, yo. That's that's that term was before you, Salamander. And that's all this is now is the fast life. Everybody has gotten attracted to the fast life, you know. Whether they from rich, middle class, or poor, or whatever, you got plenty of people who are considered poor that never touch the fast life. You got lots of people who are considered middle class be knee deep in it. You know, it's just for some reason we have normalized it as such to where it became so acceptable now. Because see, the fast life used to be kind of like uh, a facade, like a uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you wasn't supposed to do it. You know what I mean? It was considered, you know what I'm saying, you need to get on track. You're in the fast life. Now, the fast life is mainstream. And I think that's a big problem overall. Is that a lot of things that had like a black cloud over it, like you knew you was doing wrong if you was doing it, are now considered okay. And there's a reaction to that. So now that all these things are considered okay, you can't sit here and penalize nobody for doing it.